All right. In this video, I want to talk about how to 80-20 crypto. This is a concept that probably no one really talks about in crypto. I feel like I might be the only guy who I've seen talk about 80-20 in crypto because I'm a business guy at heart who's also really good at crypto, very rare combination. So a lot of the concepts I talk about in this course, you probably don't really hear other people talk about because they're like business concepts. They're like weird concepts that people talk about in business. So these are super useful mindset sort of philosophies, sort of approaches that I recommend you guys implement. And I personally implement this one a lot in all areas of my life. Now, what is 80-20 in crypto? What am I talking about? Well, what you're going to find is that in life, you get 80% of the results from 20% of the work. So you do like the smallest amount of shit and it gets you like most of the way there. And that extra 80% of the work is only going to get you 20% of the results. So the key in life, if you want to be good at many things, like I can, for example, in my life, I have decent health, not crazy. I mean, I'm not like top fucking 1%, but I'm decent health. I'm good at surfing. I've competed in like the Australian championships. I'm good at creating content on YouTube, business, crypto, good at, what else am I good at? I am good at like photography and stuff like that. So I've like got a number of different things that I have gotten good at. And I got good at things not by going all in on one thing, but by focusing on what is the highest leverage application of my time, energy, and money into that particular sector that's going to get me the most results with the least amount of work. That's how I try to approach everything in life. So an example of how you might 80-20 something to save time is instead of trying to, collect refunds on clothes that you buy that don't fit, just throw the shirt out and then make more money. So that way you're focusing your time on something more high leverage, like making money, and spending less time on something that's low leverage, like getting a refund for $50, right? So that's an example of prioritizing higher leverage uses of your time. And you can apply this concept to crypto to make sure that you're only spending time on crypto when it actually is going to give you a high return on the investment of time spent. How can you do crypto with the least time and have it make you the most amount of money? That's what I'm going to answer with this video. So what is the 20% of the work that you do in crypto that's going to get you majority of the results? Well, here is every way that you can make money in crypto. Pretty much every way. The ones in green are the ones that I recommend, okay? So the ones in green are what I would call the highest leverage ways to make money. The most highest ROI returns on time invested. And the ones that aren't green are shit. So don't do day trading, don't do swing trading, don't do any of this yield farming shit. Staking, mining, unless you're already wealthy. These 5 is what you want to focus on. And I want to break down for you a little explanation of what each one is, how I personally approach it, and the results that it's gotten for me so far. So long-term investing is the first one we'll cover. So I have a system for long-term investing. Most of you have probably seen it, but I'll go over it again anyway. Basically, it's an algo that when the green triangle or the yellow triangle appears, it's telling me to buy. And when the red dots or the red triangle appears, it's telling me to sell. So you can see here that I've actually been using this in live forward testing since August 2021. So everything from here onwards is pretty much a live signal. And these were sent to, me and anyone who was following the algo in my groups. And so we actually sold the exact top. You can see this was a live signal. I don't have the photo for you right now, but this came through live in the group on the day of November 9th. And we had buy signals, some sell signals, buy signals here. And so how is this 80-20? What does this have to do with 80-20? Well, when you do long-term investing is the highest leverage way that you can make money in crypto. Because if you do it correctly, with a proper system, you can spend 2 hours a week on crypto, and you can buy near the bottom, and then you can sell near the top. And you can capture like 80% of the upside in crypto, right? Maybe you don't make 100x on some pre-sale. Maybe you don't make millions day trading, but you do make a 5 to 20x on your portfolio with 2 hours a week of work by just buying low, buying when it tells you to buy, and then just waiting for the bull run to play out and then taking profits, when the reds go off. And that, is a very high leverage way to make money. I hope you can understand why. Low on time, easy to implement. There's a low skill barrier. There's a low entry barrier, low skill requirement. It has the highest chance of making you money because it's really easy to do. And it has near zero mental burden and thinking required. You don't even have to look at the charts. You can literally probably do it with 10 minutes a week. Just wait for this thing to tell you to buy with an announcement. Ping on your phone, buy, do it, and then done. You're set. That's all you have to do. So this is how I invest most of my money, using this system. There's obviously a little bit more to it on the back end. So when a signal goes off, I have to determine how much I buy, how good the signal is. I have to look at all the different data that I have to help make that decision. But, besides that, it's pretty hands-off. Now, the second way that I think you can 80-20 crypto is automated airdrop farming. So a lot of people, they're manually farming, and I think this is a waste of time. I think that when you do manual farming, you've bought yourself another 9 to 5, right? What are you going to make from airdrop farming? Like, what, $20 an hour? Congratulations. You now have a new 9 to 5, and it's way more boring than a 9 to 5 that you could get. And there's no guarantee that you get paid. So it's fucking terrible. So what I did was I automated the whole process. I have full-time developers who farm layer 0 for me, and they farm base for me. And all the guys in my mastermind are able to participate if they'd like to. They can deposit money, set up wallets, and then they get majority of pretty much like almost all of the profit from any airdrop that does happen. There's no guarantee of an airdrop, but if you'd like, the idea is that there's no guarantee that you make money, but if you place your money in the places where you have the highest chance of making money, that's a good idea. That's what you should be doing. So here's an example of money that we've made from airdrop farming. This guy made 46,000 Blur. Let's look at what the price of Blur was when it launched, when we got the airdrop. So Blur is 60 cents now, but when the token came out, it was, let's have a look. Let's bring this back over. So, it's messy. So you can see here it got up to $1.30, like a week after it came out. So what's that? $70,000 at the top. This guy got 76,000 in my group. I had to blur his name because he wanted to remain anonymous. So he made 100K US at the peak. And this was pretty hands-off, the process. This was actually not an automatic farming. It did take a little bit of time, but it was pretty hands-off. It wasn't too time-intensive. And these guys did pretty well. And I actually made, I think, over 100K US on the airdrop. I did a bit more than these guys. So that's an example for you. When you automate the airdrop farming process, you spend basically zero time doing anything, and you capture most of the upside, right? You do 20% of the work, 80% of the upside. Another example is pre-sales. So this is the most, in my opinion, pre-sales are the most underrated way to make money in crypto. I would say it's a perfect example of 80-20ing because you basically do nothing. You just put your money into the pre-sale, wait for the token to come out, and then you just hopefully make a bunch of money. There's obviously no guarantees. Some tokens won't ever launch a token. Some will just not make money. But the process with pre-sales is very similar. It's a very similar mindset to doing any sort of venture capital investment. Your goal is not to win every bet. It is to pick the best bets so that you only need 1 or 2 unicorns to make up for any potential losses. And that's why these have unicorn emojis, because it's just to cement the idea that we are aiming to buy unicorns, right? Future unicorn crypto projects that haven't really established themselves yet because they're new. We buy them early, and then they go and they 10, 20, 50, 100x, and maybe like half of them just don't do well, but that's okay because the 50x makes up for many projects that don't do well, and that's how you basically approach it. And the time requirement, as I said, is super low. So how am I finding pre-sales? Well, I only go to one group for pre-sales. I've looked at all the public groups and I'm just not happy with them. I met a guy in a network who I became friends with, and I do all of the deals through him because he's really, really good. And these deals, I haven't found anyone else who gets these deals. So for example, we put 600,000 US into at a $75 million valuation. This one doesn't have a token yet. I don't know, you might be watching this video in 2 years and worth 0. You might be watching this video in 2 years and worth like fucking $10 billion. We'll see. But yeah, we put like over $500,000 into the pre-sale from the mastermind. We've also done